I don't understand. Uh, I don't understand. Wait, wait. Does any of that help? I don't. Oh, I fixed it. I fixed it. Well, thanks for the. Man, I did like a whole bit. Um, I had like a whole bit. Okay, well, basically, Melly, we gotta be careful because there's uh there's some risk-a-roonies out tonight. So here's the deal. I'm in this cabin and there's an angry mob outside of my cabin, so I gotta keep the window covered with my blinds. But you can look outside. You see the angry mob out there? Oh, they almost peeked in. We gotta be careful. Okay, they're out there, and basically they don't understand what comedy is, and I don't understand what comedy is. Um, hence why they're mad at me. I don't want to get into the details, but that's what happened. It's kind of a dangerous situation, is what I'm saying. They're very mad. They're very bloodthirsty, and I also got a little pumpkin. You like my? See, I got a little pumpkin for morale, which is good. But yeah, that's what's going on. I don't know if they get me. Um, I might be going away for a little while, but uh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the mob gets in or not. Uh, Anyway, not to worry about that. Not to worry about that. That's right. It's Spooky Month. Happy Spooky Month, everybody. It's October now, and 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 I've got a ghast. I'm flying around on my happy ghast because I've got some construction work that I've got to do. I've got some construction, and other things, and well, I might be going away for a while if the angry mob catches up to me, uh, in which um something terrible might happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. Well, the IRS is involved in that mob. They're definitely part of it, but uh, it's everybody. Everybody. IRS doesn't like funnies either. So we're in a little bit of a situation. A bit of situations. There's situations going on. You're right, V8C did update. That's that's a very keen observation. And I'm also working on something new at the museum. So that's another thing that's going on. Yeah, every three-letter agency. Every single one. Every single one. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's a poppin'. That's what's a poppin'. Thanks for stopping. Yeah, stuff like this, the happy gas makes a lot easier because I was just fooling around with all the scaffolding stuff, and that was a big waste of time. I thought it would actually save me time, but yeah, any buyers selling one netherite ingot. Well, you know what? What the heck? You know, I'll take the ingot. I'm gonna buy an ingot. I want the ingot. Give me the ingot. Let's see, 35 diamonds. Just 35. What a steal. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, and now we get to see somebody's face. Let's see. Let's be nosy. Oh, hey,
Hey, hey, how's it going? Hey, there you go.
there.
Yeah, yeah, give me that.
Oh, are you selling more than one ingot? I can buy another. I saw that you had another ingot in your hand, and I happen to have many diamonds. Maybe. Well, I can pay 40. Okay, hold, okay, hold on. I really have no use for all these diamonds, but I might build something with netherite one day if I have enough. So, this is my netherite stock, by the way. Oh, right, they changed spawn. So now that the warps are over here now, which I think is a good change because spawn was not very new people friendly. And the new people retention rate has been quite a bit up lately. Yeah, yeah, especially it's one netherite for 35 diamonds is charity work, especially on this server where diamonds are heavily inflated. Oh God, what's this? This is not where I wanted to go. But I'm not sure if this person quite knows that yet. Um, um, there we go. All right, let's see. Let's see if what's their face is still down here. Oh, you don't question what I'm doing with the netherite radiant lily. Don't worry about it.
Hey, 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 give me that netherite.
I'd rather have netherite than diamonds. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going home now.
I just like netherite because it's a nice block, but you can't get very much of it. So I've just been gradually collecting it over the past few years, and this is my collection. It's amounted to 8 blocks. I've collected 8 blocks in my 5 years on this server. So maybe one day I'll build something with it. I'd rather be rich with netherite than rich with diamonds. Then again, after a certain point where all my needs are met, there really is no point in owning either. It's just that netherite is a nice looking block. Yeah, 75 netherite. You see, Melly did some quick math.
Yeah, quick math, quick math.
Got some math magicians in the chat.
Bloop.
Also, Radiant Lily, there's an angry mob outside of my house. Um, just as a forewarning. I don't want to get into the details. That's right. That's right. That's typically how it goes. Uh, hoard wealth, become rich. That's right. That's right. I guess. I guess it's nice. I don't know. If uh if I buy a waffle at Waffle House and eat it, that's also nice. I think. If I if I go outside to a public park and walk around and breathe in fresh air, that's also nice. If I if I place some blocks in Minecraft and build some things, a game which I paid $35 for 10 years ago, that's also nice. So we can have nice things regardless. We can have a nice life experience. Oh God. I don't know. Melly, to be honest, I think this server is like post scarcity. Uh, don't question why there's a horde outside of my house reading, Lily. Well, for one, they're upset that I have all the netherite, so that's one thing. But you know, yeah, yeah. Don't call them revolting. If you start calling them revolting, you know what's going to happen? They're going to show up at your house next. They're going to show up at your house, and and they might not be as nice to you as they were to me. So you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. Okay, you better watch your back, bestie. I'm being serious right now. I'm being so for real. You gotta watch out. Gotta watch out. Oh no! It's the demon eye. You're supposed to be in Terraria. What are you doing in Minecraft? What are you doing here? You're in the wrong game. You've gone turbo. Hi, Jokey. I think we've got some shenanigans going on the mods part.
Hey, what's going on?
They are revolting and revolting, which means they're revolting and revolting. I think that's fairly unambiguous. And I can call them that because they're already mad at me. You know, after a certain point, it doesn't matter. Well, you're asking why that eyeball is there because they added that with the new update. That's like a new because there's like a new flying mount, so they added a new flying enemy. So they added the demon eye from Terraria. It only makes sense. It's part of the Mounts of Mayhem update. You know, got to spice things up a little bit. The Happy Ghast does seem like a Terraria mount, to be honest. Like that's something they do in Terraria, but not Minecraft. But they did it in Minecraft. I like to add these little oculuses. This is what this opening in the top is called. It's called an oculus. And I like to add these because it would be too dark in the middle here if I didn't add one. Like you can see over here, this is like all darkened and stuff, but you add the oculus in and it lets in the natural light in a aesthetically pleasing way. So that's why I added that hole up there, just to keep the lights consistent. To kind of make sure people make this stand out as a new opening, as a new section, a new entrance. An oculus. Oculus. That's what that's called. There's a little architecture term for you. It's not very typical for them to be put in vaults, but it's not unheard of. Vaults. There's another architecture term. A vault is this half tube. This is called a vault. Radiant Lily says, I was trying to make a little stable for the Happy Ghast, but due to its size, I had to keep changing the design and gave up after a while. It's not too bad. It's not too bad because the hitbox, you can actually, like, all you need is one fence gate to keep it in a Happy Ghast sized box. That's all you need. I've got a little containment unit in the catacombs area, but I don't want to fly over there right now because that'll take a little minute. It took me a minute to get this Happy Ghast over here, but it's saving me time. It's saving me the time and headaches that scaffolding and stuff would have given me. That's what Happy Ghasts are great for, is ceilings. So I think it's a very useful new addition to the game. Sometimes they get away from you. Yeah, yeah. That's where the Elytra comes in. If it keeps escaping, yeah, that's helpful for that. Gotta fly up there and grab it. Elytras are faster, but Elytras don't let you float in place like this. This is almost like having like a um, it's kind of like a construction like hydraulic scaffold thing or something. We're just Melly, we're just talking about the Happy Ghast. Things it can be used for. Cool things like that. Cool things. Cool new features in the Minecraft game. They're always adding them. I don't know if I'm going to get too much use out of the new update, though. The Mounts of Mayhem, that seems to be more oriented towards the combat people, which is good because they need to eat too. You know, builders have been they've been good to the builders lately, so I'm all right if they prioritize some other things. Oh no, the happy guest on this on your server died. Yeah, the good thing about this server is that if you have a tamed animal and it's in your claim, it's basically immortal unless you kill it. So on this server, I don't really have that problem. I don't got to worry about any of that. These things kind of remind me of Zeppelins. Like I feel like I could build some interesting ghast-centric architecture. I like that. I like that ceiling. I think that's a good ceiling. I wish these things had a speed boost though. I wish you could like give them ghast crack or something. Yeah. I think Mojang was aware of that, the kind of parallels to aviation. That's why they dressed him up like this. I needed to take my gas out anyway. It needed to go on a little fly around. You know, I need some fresh air from time to time, so I feel like that was a productive use of time. I'm gonna add another one of those big archways on this side eventually, but I'll do that maybe a little bit later whenever I start to do more urban stuff over here. because one day, whenever I finish, well, whenever I complete the part of the catacombs that I want to complete now, because I'm sure I'm going to go back down there in the future, um, I'm going to turn my focus to this little ugly area because this needs some attention, and I'm getting some cool ideas for it. But this area definitely needs some attention, and maybe there could be some more areas where the museum gets kind of incorporated into the urban fabric, like what you see over here. Some more stuff like this, I think, would be nice. I like these little side sections. My mango is to blow up. Yeah, I'm gonna have a Hindenburg. Uh-oh, Hindenburg time, everybody. Here we go. Am I gonna get TOS for that? Is that like a TOS thing? Maybe. If I do, oh well. Oh well. Anyway, how's things going in your neck of the woods, Millie? What's a poppin'? What's a poppin' and wherever you happen to be? I don't know. Maybe not on this platform. If I was on TikTok, I'd be walking on eggshells, but this isn't TikTok. It's not TikTok here. This thing is slow. They're so slow. And I don't know if there's any faster way to move them. Oh, fiber optic Wi-Fi. I remember whenever that happened at my house, that was like night and day. Fiber optics. That's a great day whenever you get that for the first time. That's like that's like the switch from that's like our generation's dial-up switch from dial-up to whatever was before fiber optics. Yeah. Yeah, I bet that's nice. It's kind of interesting because like, you have water, you have gas, you have um oh hey Tiger Cat. Hey. Um yeah, you have water, you have gas, you have electricity, and now you have information. Information beamed straight into your living room. Straight into your living room. Alright, so I got all that squared away, so now I can fly back over this way. Fly back over this way. Oh, hold on. Somebody wants me to type in the Twitch chat, but for some reason I'm not able to type in it for my multi-chat. Here, let me let me use some text. Uh, hello, kick viewer. I cannot type in the chat cause I have a bad case of OBS. There, they were trying to communicate because they said they oh god headphones. Hopefully they're not trying to scam me or something. Can never quite trust these people on the platforms. Have a bad case of OBS. I'll see if they read that. We might have some extraterrestrial communication.
Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
What's a poppin', Tiger Cat? You doing good? Oh, you just joined on V8. You're we're having actions on the stream. I will welcome you back to V8C. So you've been welcomed back. Oh man, you got Melly, you got twice as good Wi-Fi.
Get free Wi-Fi anywhere you go.
Can you feel it? I bet you could feel that jump in gigabits or whatever they're called. Giggling bytes. Chuckling, chortling, giggling bytes. Radiant Lily, I could probably count the amount of human kick viewers on one hand. But, you know, I don't know. I think we all start this whole streaming thing with fantasies of fame and fortune in our minds. And for some, it happens. It's like the gold rush. It happens to somebody, and it sets a precedent that drives everyone else into desperation. That being said, now I do it for the love of the game, which is kind of why I've leaned a little bit out of the whole video editing grind set thing a little bit, just because I've been a little more casual with it. And maybe that's a defeatist way of viewing things. Maybe I really need to step it up, but good God, I've got midterms to study for. I'll try, I don't know. I don't know. There's also this like aspect of getting rejected or getting ghosted on LinkedIn from internships that I was trying to apply to that also kind of motivated me to start this whole thing. And now there's kind of that spark of spark of hope that's reopened that okay, well I can try this again. I'm only in my fourth year of college. Let's try this again. So now I'm kind of back at that. So I kind of have hope again for something, a legitimate career. Uh, but we'll see. I don't know. I've got to go fast and hard this year. The desperation's setting in. But yeah, that's what's going on in the life of Big G. I hate LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a blight. It is a blighted. It is a blighted platform. I'm gonna start. Honestly, this year I'm gonna take a more hands-on approach and just walk into the offices and be like, "Hey, guess what? Here's my resume. Here's my portfolio. Okay, now deal with it. Deal with it. All right, you can't just throw that in a digital garbage bin. Maybe a physical one, but at least you'd have to look at it before you did anything to it. Good God, just look at it. Just flip through it. Anyway, enough of me. Ah, I'll get something figured out. There's still time. There's still time. I've lost the battle, but not the war in that case. Lost the battle, but not the war. Radiant Lily streams too, by the way. Give her I'm giving you a shout out, Radiant Lily. Go check out her streams whenever she streams. Radiant Lily. She's a real deal streamer. She does real streams straight into your living room. So go check that out too, cause that's a thing. Radiant Lily, you stream on Twitch, right? Are you a Twitch streamer? Are you all gamered up? Yeah, we could do a collab. You appeared on this stream as a special guest from time to time, just not as a full-fledged real deal Twitch streamer. But but yeah, I guess we can like do like collabs now. Collabs are cool. It's pretty cool. You're afraid to stream on YouTube because your mom might find it. Yeah, I understand that feeling. Uh, but luckily, not many people know of my whereabouts on these here webs, at least for the time being. Should that happen, uh, disaster, doomsday. Yeah, Melly gets it. Melly gets it. Melly understands the situations that we put ourselves through. Yeah, yeah. The man behind the mask is an enigma. Glitchy117 is my alter ego. Yeah, yeah. The internet basically is a big masquerade if you really think about it. We all put on our personas, and I could never really know you, and you could never really know me. At least not on a, I don't know. Even if you know all the facts and everything, it's just different to see a person in person, and it's just a different thing. It's just a different thing. And this is coming from as if I've lived life, but I have met a couple of people that I've once known online, in real life, and it's different. It's definitely different. That's also true. Yeah, that's also true. To an extent, to an extent, with in regards to sharing things about yourself online. To an extent, you do share more than you do in real life. But then there are certain things I would share in real life that I would not share on the internet. That's why this stream is sponsored by NordVPN. Oh, that's interesting. Melly says it's psychologically proven that humans will share more if they speak to one another anonymously. Interesting. Or at least find them, put them in an environment where maybe they'd be more comfortable. I can definitely see that, where they'd be more open maybe. Because, I've also been in a few situations where like I've kind of been given the green flag to kind of, okay, this is how I really feel. But if I don't feel that way, then I won't talk that way. Yeah, I do understand that. And there's also this degree of removal from reality, I guess, even if the reality really is there after all. Yeah, that's true. There's also kind of the spook factor of whatever you do on the internet might be a forever thing. And it could be, but then also, things can get buried in the infinite logs and databases of whatever else, obscured like you're in a crowd. Yeah, yeah, it's sort of like confession in church. Yeah. If they ever have like, I don't know, just I do kind of worry sometimes, like if there's ever like some kind of modern contemporary inquisition. I wonder how thoroughly we could be investigated on certain things, given chat logs and everything else. I wouldn't say it would be hard if the people in power had the will to. But, we find ourselves in our own historical moments, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, in-game chat logs are hard to track. And they are hard to track. Maybe they are hard to track, but if I just talk to somebody in a field somewhere with no wires or cords to speak of nearby, that conversation is untrackable, untrackable, unknowable. These could be known, and thus the probability of it being found is raised. Oh well. You know, if some oppositional power structure ever does decide to go that route, I'll just say I'm a victim of an unjust system, and that'll be that. That'll be that. That'll just be the signs of the times. I shouldn't, you know, you shouldn't not be yourself just because somebody's trying to oppress it out of you. Oh, yeah, yeah. You get a private room with your attorney, and yeah, you can pretty much, yeah, go crazy, go stupid, go crazy with it.
I would like to speak to my attorney now. We're gonna sue you, and we're gonna take all your money. We're gonna take it all. Get sued. You're gonna get sued. You're gonna get sued, you little fricklet.
Oh, I didn't. I guess I didn't know there's confidentiality between doctors and patients, but that makes sense. That's good to know. I never. I guess that never really occurred to me that that's a thing. Did you know that, Radiant Lily? Maybe I was told that at one point, but I guess I never really registered it. It never quite been registered for me. Oh yeah, and with therapists too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's good that there's legal protections for confidentiality, I suppose. Doot, 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 doot. Welcome back, Amethyst Rose. Yeah, yeah, I'd say there'd be some exceptions to those rules, but I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Gotta pick it up. I'm picking it up.
I picked that up. I couldn't pick up that item. It wasn't picking up right. What the heck?
What the heck? What in the heck?
Oh yeah, and there's Zomzilla out there. There's a few strange beings that have been unleashed upon the Minecraft world. Moth 2000 has been unusually active lately, like a dormant volcano that has woken up.
Gotta get whizzed up. And my wizard juice. Gotta sip upon my flask. My flask of wizard juice. Do 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 do.
Let's see. What all have I done today? What all have I done? I woke up early. I went to class. Uh, Something's a little squeaky under my hood. I think it's the serpentine belt. I think I might need to get the tensioner adjusted or replaced on it because I know the belt's okay. I'm pretty sure the belt's okay. Oh, Melly has witch juice alcohol. Yeah. Wizard juice is, I guess wizard juice is like the opposite of witch juice then. And then Four Loco, I guess Four Loco is like non-binary juice in that case. Uh, let's see, what's, I think I came up with a term for a non-binary. Well, we'll say a magic caster. Uh, but that doesn't roll off the tongue like wizard or witch. Magician. Magician. There we go. Just magician. There we have witches, wizards, and magicians. Spellcasters. Oh yeah. Wait, you know what? Yeah, spellcaster. Now that you've turned it into one word, that does sound pretty cool. Spellcasters. Yeah. I was thinking of it in two words, but yeah, as one word, that's all right. Mage. Yeah, there's a good one. Okay. Yeah, we have a few then. We have a few. Hmm. Oh, but yeah, serpentine belt. Something's funky. Something's squeaky under the hood. I don't think it's anything critical, so I'm not super worried about it. But oh, all-inclusive magic. Yeah, magic's for all. Magic's for everybody. Magic for you and me. Doot, 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 doot. All right, let's see. Trying to figure out these stairs. Let's see. Got that. Go over on this side, and that looks about right. That looks about right. Oh no, somebody's not sleeping. Good God. Good God. Go sleepy, you little fricklets. Pardon my um un uninformedness, but what does NB mean? I'm not 100% caught up on all the terms. I guess I could also look it up real quick. Let's see. I'm on a computer after all. What the heck? Why don't I use my computer? Oh, Oh, I see. It's a slang term for non-binary. Oh, NB, like the initials. Oh, I see. I see. I understand now. Okay. So, okay, I got you. It's like how Arby's, RB, roast beef, R and B. Arby's. It's like that. It's like that. Or like how my great uncle used to have a dog named DOG. DOG stands for dog. And then trans is someone who doesn't align with their assigned gender at birth. Okay. Yeah, I can keep track of all of that. That all checks out. I really don't understand why some people, well, I know why some people make an issue out of it. It's not, they wouldn't be so up in arms about it if it was just accommodating for, what somebody wished for. No, there's a reason why people get up in arms about it, but really there's no real reason why people get so upset over, you know, accommodating for people's identities. That's it's just it's just dignity. It's just respecting their dignity. It shouldn't be that big of a problem, and it certainly shouldn't be that difficult to wrap your head around. It's just a bunch of culture war crap. That's what it is. Just someone's using it for their political agenda, and they've made it a big thing. Yeah, it may also be a lack of education. There's also like this whole like religion thing that there's a whole bunch of stuff that gets wrapped up in it. Yeah, that's also true. We just kind of naturally start to go against things that we don't agree with or don't understand, I should say. We don't agree with it because we don't understand. Yeah, and then it becomes politicized because of course that's a point that you can, rally your political parties under, and then that just throws gas on the fire, and then it becomes worse, and you know, it's a whole thing. There was a time in my life, there was a time in my life where I had to learn that for myself. It's something. Oh, hi, Tiger Cat. Hi, hello, welcome. You seem to have found my coordinates, my location, my parameters. Yeah, it gets media attention, it gets politicized. You're right, Melly. You're right. And there's a time in my life where I had to learn those things. I wasn't necessarily like if if I had the beliefs I had whenever I was younger, I would be I would be where a lot of men are that are my age today. If I didn't question the beliefs that I had whenever I was younger, I would have been I would have been one of those people. I know I would have. I was very close to to being like this current macho masculine thing that's happening. It's this thing that's gotten swept up into the current, political zeitgeist or whatever. It's just that it's hard. It's hard to just do a 180 like that. And I had the luxury of COVID. Like that was a great time of questioning for me. And that's whenever I was able to finally stop and breathe a little bit in my life. And that's where I was finally able to come to some different conclusions. And I was able to question things that I'd always believed. But you don't give people that opportunity, and it's very hard. It's very hard. Not to mention the fact that I was an adolescent at the time, and that's the time that you naturally um, do undergo a lot of you question your core beliefs and all of that. But it's hard, and I don't really know a good solution for it other than just time. And I mean, hopefully time heals all wounds. It's just they've been inflamed in recent times. Things have been inflamed. Oh, was something loud? Oh, geez. I didn't mean for something loud to happen. Where's that? Oh, the dragon. Right, I don't have my volume on. Where's my volume? Oh, it's all messed up right now. Oh, wait, what'd you say, Radiant Lily? It's the enemy's project, I think, and they do a middle ground content very, very well in comparison to other channels like Jubilee that drive off division and just end up agitating both sides. Yeah, yeah, the middle path is a little difficult, especially in today's political environment. I will say that, you know, I feel like there was a time in the past, and maybe there wasn't. Maybe I've just got like these rose-tinted glasses, but I feel like there was a time in the past where maybe there was a more agreed upon idea of what was good, and that we were trying to do good things for society that we were voting on, not good things or bad things. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's bad things now that like they're trying to warp into good things. I don't know. Yeah. And we can hope people will change. We can hope they will, but change is something you have to find within yourself. Like you can throw out all the resources and stuff, but if you if you advertise it, if you try and shove it down someone's throat, I'd be willing to bet they'd reject it most of the time. Like you can only convince people to a certain degree, especially whenever it comes to core beliefs. That's why I say sometimes I feel that the time of the age of argument has come to an end, at least to an extent, and that we need to embrace this new time of action that we need to be taking, like lobbying, um, contacting lawmakers and stuff because I really don't know how much we can argue our way out of this by this point, you know? You just gotta act. Action. As if I've acted. But I'm just stating the ideal, I suppose. Yeah, that's true. That's true. When people are younger, they do tend to see things in a little bit more of a black and white way. And maybe I'm just coming to terms with that. Maybe I am just coming to terms with that. And actions do speak louder than words. You're right. Oh, I don't know. I think things will be better in the future, eventually. I think they will. I have hope for a good future. Like I've said before, today will be the past for most of our lives, We are, if you're younger, and if you'll live to be a decently old age, this is the past. That's right. That's right. Better future. Better future. Gotta work towards it. Gotta have something to unify us. Anyway, enough with the broad talks about broad subjects. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's just how things are. I don't know. We can try and make heads or tails of it. Okay, well now we're getting back into the broad territory because now Radiant Lily has brought up something that I'd like to pitch in my 2 cents to. Yeah, we definitely need more community in this country. The atomization of everything has definitely become an issue. Um, I don't know. I don't know. People can be selfish, but you can't deny that this atomized, divided culture that we have hasn't contributed to that in some way, this selfishness in our culture. I think it, to an extent, has to do with like just recent ways that society has gone within the past, I don't know, 50 or 60 years. You've got like this emphasis on you get your own house, you get your own car, you get your own everything, and you kind of just do your own thing, which is okay to an extent. I want to do my own thing because, good God, I need out. But I think it's come up to bite us in the butt just a little bit. Yeah, I do wish we were a little bit more cooperative. Yeah, we're way too bootstrappy over here. The phrase "pull yourself up by your bootstraps." That term was originally used sarcastically. Like that was originally meant to be like that was like a sarcasm, like, yeah, okay, because that's not very You can't do that. That defies gravity. That's like that's like if you cover yourself in oil, you'll fly when it rains type of, you know, logic. And yet people still use it in a non-ironic sense, or a non-sarcastic sense, I should say. Yeah, I think as a society, have you heard of like positive, like the term positive freedom and negative freedom? Have you heard of that before? Those things. Oh no, we're not. We are not getting into that territory. All right, I'm sorry I said straps. Oh God. All right, we're not going there. We're That's true. Yeah, there is a subtle implication there. That's true. Trying to say if you're trying to make a living, that says you're not entitled to life. That's true, and that does kind of go against some constitutions. But I don't know. There is kind of that logistical standpoint too, to where, well, somebody needs to do something they don't want to do in order for things to work right. It's kind of a difficult line to straddle, you know? I think we could be a little bit less absolute about things, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just need to figure out how to get people to do the logistical things, I guess, in an equitable way, I suppose. How to get somebody to do something they don't want to do, like, yeah. I think there should be an entitlement to life. I think there should be. That's just justified given human rights and all of that. I think as long as you could bridge that, who's gonna you need to bridge the gap of who's gonna fix the pipes and who's gonna take out the garbage and all of that. If you can figure that part out, I think you've got a pretty solid case. Um, and I'm doing well, Kick Viewer. I'm doing quite well. Hope you're doing well. If you're here to sell something or something, I'm not interested. But if you're here to watch the stream, hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome to my stream. Yeah, yeah, we can rant about economics for day in and day out. I know. I know. I feel you on that. I do. Yeah, I know. I need the sign, but I misplaced the sign. I don't know where the sign is, and I can't look for it right now. It's on my computer somewhere, but it's not on my thing. I had to like reset my thing, my OBS. So that's a little bit of an issue. That's why my sound was weird at the beginning of the stream because I had to reset my thing, and it was a whole deal. That's true. We could get robots to fix the pipes. I think you have made an egalitarian case for AI, but not yet. They're not quite there yet. Yeah, there's a lot of redundancies. Honestly, I think if we were not operating under the current economic system that we were operating under, jobs becoming obsolete wouldn't be a problem either. Like people worry about losing their jobs to AI and stuff because they depend on that to live off of. It's not like they like. I mean, I'd be willing to bet many of them don't like what they're doing. It's just that the technology hasn't proven itself yet. It's still in its infancy, and there's still a lot of what ifs. What ifs? And this has happened in the past, you know. This has happened in the past. Look at I bring up the printing press example that be kind of elementary with it. People used to inscribe books manually. Printing press means they didn't have to anymore. Now, yes, this did displace a lot of jobs in the immediate moment. Maybe it did create jobs later, but it got rid of them. And if it wasn't for the uh, the economic system, that should be beneficial. It should be beneficial. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're in a weird middle spot right now. We're in a weird middle spot where we're not quite there technologically. Like, we still need people for a lot of things. We still need them. Of course, no, I don't know. As it, the economic transition isn't even a sparkle in any of the political people's minds. This economic transition, it's completely over their heads, to be honest. It's completely over their heads. None of them are even talking about it, even though that should be like the political issue right now. Instead, it's culture war crap. You know, like that's what they're making the political issues. That's what's frustrating. They're not trying to make a better society. That's what I'm saying. They're not arguing over what's best for society. They're arguing over nonsense. Nonsense and power. Power grabs. They're all grabby goobling onto power. Exactly. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Right, exactly. It's a big status power thing. Right. It's big egos. People are waving their egos around. That's all it is. And because they're waving their egos around, now we all suffer. That's what's frustrating. Like there's like real problems and like real problems. Like uh we haven't even talked about, you know, climate change. Like that was the first real problem that got ignored. And now we're having all these technology problems that are getting ignored, and like these are like real issues that they should be doing politics about. Like that's real. Those are real problems. I'm sorry I don't live in your special snowflake fake world where you have to make whatever uh, taking women's rights away a political problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's not a real problem. That's like, well, it is a real problem that they're doing that. It's a problem that they're doing that, but they're making the problem. You're making a problem. They're creating a problem. That's what I'm saying. They're not public servants. We elected them out of obligation. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I don't think these discussions are going to convince anybody in this chat. I think we're all aware of what's going on. And they probably are too. It's just, oh, I don't know. We can't throw a blanket statement at anything. It's just, I don't know. We'll go round and round in circles. And, that's how these discussions go. I suppose it's helpful to vent about these things, though. Get your frustration out, I guess. I guess that's healthy, right? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah. It's a class thing. It's an everything thing. People that don't know any better. And you're right, this is where the education issue comes into play. If people don't know any better, they'll agree that these are the real issues. They just, you know, they accept the messaging, whatever that messaging is. That's also why I say things might have to get worse before they get better. Because unless things do get worse, people aren't going to realize they're not going to reality will stay outside of whatever the political messaging is. If things get worse for everybody, people should start to wake up, at least to something, at least be open to some kind of different worldview. You know, that's where reality comes into play. But things have to get worse for that to happen. And more importantly, things have to get worse for the people that agreed to this in the first place in order for them to see. I understand. And I'm not saying it's going to be pleasant. I'm not saying it's going to be. It's just, I don't know. You might have to view this on a large scale, which means in the immediate moment it's going to suck. I'm sorry for being accelerationist. Yeah, yeah, look at Russia, look at France. It might just be healthy to accept that these are the times that we live in. Accept it and, kind of work within it the best you can, maybe. Or nothing might happen. Maybe there's enough sensible people still that, they'll hold whatever's about to happen at bay. That's also plausible. We don't know how the next few years are going to play out. We don't. We can try and predict it. We can try and make sense of it. None of us have the answer, no matter how confident any of us are. One of us might be right, and one of us might take credit for being right, but, you know, you don't really know what's going to happen, even after the fact. We don't really know what's going to happen. Hmm. That's right. That's right, Melly. If words don't work, we use actions. The time of argument is over. The time of argument is over. Yeah, what was it? What was it? Roosevelt. What did he say? He carried a big stick. What was that? Let's see. Roosevelt. Something big stick. Something like he. Oh yeah. Speak softly and carry a big stick. That was uh that was kind of the way that Theodore Roosevelt operated. And basically what that meant was you can suggest something kindly, but if it isn't followed, you gotta beat him with the stick. Speak softly and carry a big stick. That's I would say, rather timeless way of addressing things. Yeah, there you go. That's one way of going about things. That's right. We don't want our bones to be broken by the stones. Yeah. One thing's for certain, that's that things change. I can guarantee that. Things will change. They sure will.
I gotta go sleepy. Where's my bed? Oh, I'm gonna go sleepy for the night. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
Where's my stone cutter?
I gotta cut some stones. Gotta cut these rocks. Cut them down. Gotta make some stairs out of them. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna place these in a nice little pattern. Alright, like that. I'm gonna fill that in. There we go.
Now I got a nice little path here. Got a nice little path, and I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make that like that. Then that'll be good. Then that'll be. This will be the entrance to the new exhibit, the new museum exhibit that I'm about to add. I think that's nice. I think that works well. I wasn't the biggest fan of this little mini biome anyway. It was kind of boring. So I think this kind of spruces things up a little bit. Yeah, go get some food. What's for lunch slash dinner slash breakfast? What you got?
What's in the fridge? What you got in the fridge?
I think I'm gonna. Well, am I gonna need these for anything? I might at some point. I'm gonna turn these into fuel though, because I don't have much immediate use for those. Yeah, that'd be a resourceful way of dealing with that, I think. Yeah, I think Melly left. I guess we'll find out what Melly got to eat whenever Melly gets back. So you might be wondering, what kind of exhibit do I need to do surgery on the museum for? Well, I'll show you. So if it turns out that the owner of the server, Moth, he's been, like I said, he's been especially active lately, which is surprising and good for the server. He's made some really good changes lately. But uh, while he was, I guess, digging through the files, he managed to find a schematic of the very first base on the server. And this is it right here. I guess in the exact spot where it was. It's changed a little bit, but this is all the people that are involved with it. And there's like a bunch of stuff here. And he said that I could get one of the mods to copy this over to the museum area. So I thought that would be a great immersive exhibit for the museum to have this schematic placed there by one of the mods. I thought that would be great. There's already signs everywhere, so all that work is already done. So I'm making a nice spot for it because I feel like that's important. So it's going to kind of become part of the garden area since it's kind of an outdoor exhibit. And I'm going to wedge it in this little corner area here. You can see I made the outline. Hopefully GB's not upset that I'm kind of encroaching upon her property. I'll try and keep it kind of discreet a little bit. But yeah, that's what's going on over here. So this will kind of be the gateway to that new exhibit. That new exhibit. So that's why I'm doing this right now, because I figured I'd probably have to make some big kind of a little bit of an intervention in order to make it work in the museum. But this has kind of been my solution. Plus, it'll give people more reasons. Yeah, yeah, the very first base on V8C. Yeah, you can go there too. Since you're on, oh hey Melly, welcome back. Oh, what's? Ooh, salt and pepper chicken. Can't go wrong with that. You know, in our house we say you gotta hit it with the SPG, which is salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That's a pretty good trio as well. Oh, hello. Oh, you kind of scared me a little bit. Okay, well have fun amputating your foot. Hope it doesn't hurt too much. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Okay, Nimbus 2000. What's this? Oh, a pickaxe. How did you manage that? Yeah, salt and pepper is good too. I go crazy with the pepper. Like whenever we have gravy and biscuits. Do you all have gravy and biscuits where you live? Do you know what that is? Is that like a thing that you all eat in your country? Over here we have gravy and biscuits, and I like to go crazy with the pepper on that stuff. That's what I. Oh, where'd my game go? Oh, there we go. But that's what I like to do. I like to a little crazy with the pepper. Give me the pepper. Gravy and biscuits has a very different meaning. Well, uh, I don't know what that meaning would be. I've always known it as the breakfast food. Over here, if you say gravy and biscuits, you're talking an unholy combination. Oh, oh, no, it's a little different. Think of, well, even the gravy might be a little different, but it's like a white gravy with sausages crumbled up in it, and we serve them over, I guess, I don't even know if you have like an equivalent to American biscuits over there, but breakfast biscuits, uh, are they called something else over there? I don't even know if you have them, but it's like they're sort of like dinner rolls, sort of. They're sort of like rolls, kind of, sort of. I really don't know how else to describe them other than biscuits. Um, Breakfast rolls? Is that what you might call 'em? Pillsbury flaky. They come in a can. Um, yeah, this might be like a cultural. Might be having some cultural whiplash, but anyway, you get that. We'll say they're like rolls, and yeah, then you pour white gravy over them with sausage crumbled up in it, and it's good. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. You might be thinking like brown gravy. That's the thing, because that's like when else do you really have white gravy other than like with gravy and biscuits? I don't usually have it that much. My grandma did make chocolate gravy one day though, and that was pretty good. And Melly looked it up. Maybe this will bridge some. Oh, you call them scones. You see, whenever I think of scones, I think of like, oh God, now we're all mixed up. Because now, whenever I think of scones, I think of like dessert. Yeah, we're all out of whack. S Scones. Yeah. Oh, well, I guess there is scones with jam, isn't there? Okay. Just, yeah, like plain scones. Yeah, yeah. I figured the gravy would be kind of difficult. It's just like, it's it's milk gravy. It's made with milk. Yeah, it's made with milk. It's not like it, so basically you take your like basically what you do is you know, you fry your greasy meat in the pan, like you get your sausage or you get your bacon or something, and you use that to start the gravy. And like you throw that in the pan, but you got to be careful or you'll burn it, and then it'll get like stuck on the bottom. But then you add a little bit of flour, and you use that flour to soak up the grease in the bottom of the pan, and then you add milk to it, and then you let it simmer down. You let it cook down until it gets thick and kind of brown. Then you keep adding flour to thicken it up until it, and then you add a little bit of salt and pepper. But it's almost a little bit like a roux, but you don't cook it for that long. That might be something you might want to try. I mean, it's pretty good. It's kind of like Southern American breakfast food. It's good. The gravy's a little hard to get down though. You gotta. There's a little bit of a technique to the gravy. You gotta you gotta know what you're doing if you're making some gravy and biscuits. A little bit of a touch to it, or you'll get it wrong. Oh, okay. A sausage roll. Melly wants me to try a sausage roll. I think I've had a sausage roll before. Is that like the little pinwheel with like the thin layer of sausagey stuff in it? Is that what that is? Or am I thinking of something? Let me look up sausage roll. Or is that like a pig in a blanket? Let's see. Oh, oh. Well, I'm not quite sure if I've had them like how I see them in these pictures, though. Oh, yeah, those look good. Some of them are a little bit like piggies and blankets. Yeah, yeah, I see. I'm looking up pictures of them right now. Oh, some of them look pretty good. Yeah, that'd be nice to have like around Christmas time or something. Oh, that kind of right. That's like a Christmas or Thanksgiving hors d'oeuvre. Huh, so pigs and blankets are different. I see. Tyga Cat says, I had something like this, but it was much worse than this looks like. I think I might have had the same thing that you've had, Tyga Cat. Because the ones I see pictures of look pretty good. Hmm. Pigs and blankets are closer to being Christmas food than sausage rolls are there. Huh. You usually have them with toast or with a roast. Oh, yeah, I could see that going good with some roast. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Radio Lily likes the pigs and the blankets. So it's eight between. Eight between. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're gonna be disappointed. Eh, gotta get a rank. Sorry. Uh, I think the cheapest one is like, how much is the cheapest one? Uh, shop. I don't know how much the ranks are. Oh, 25. Okay, 25. That might be a little steep for some people. Greg's. Greg's makes sausage rolls? Greg's is the biggest non-American food chain. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard of Greg's. Never heard of it. Huh. Let's see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Boop. Blop. Boop. Alright, I'm gonna put this over on this side. Match it up. Good deal. I don't like that there. I'll get rid of that one. Yeah, I've never heard of Greg's. UK exclusive mostly. Huh. Yeah, it's always interesting learning about, other people's cultures, especially like stuff that they have different from what we have. I'm always kind of fascinated by that. It's cool to get to kind of share those things. Even if it is something as mundane as like a fast food chain. Mostly UK exclusive, Greg's is. Oh, Grace has talked about Greg's before. Grace is another British friend of ours. Um, I guess I never heard. I guess I wasn't there for the Greg's conversations. Greg's. Well, everything is expensive. I don't think that's exclusive to Greg's. I'll tell you one fast food place that's pretty cheap though. Have you all been to Cookout before? Y'all heard of Cookout? Oh man, one of those little sausage rolls is $1.65, pound 65. Yeah, because they didn't look too big whenever I saw the pictures, the sausage rolls. Yeah, we got these little fast food restaurants around here. They're called Cookout, and they're actually still pretty cheap. A lot of my classmates go there just because, you get big portions for a good price, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good to their customers. I will say that. I think they might be starting to usurp McDonald's a little bit whenever it comes to the cheap fast food restaurants. So they got hamburgers and French fries, and they also have they also got quesadillas too. They're not too bad. Cheap quesadillas. No, it's not a cooking competition. It's the name of a restaurant. It's like a little fast food place. I think they're only in a certain part of the United States though. Cookout is. Oh yeah, yeah. I could see a Chinese place being uh, big portions for a good price. There's a little. You can do rice and noodles. Uh, you can do that on a pretty good calorie per dollar, I guess, type of thing. Because like, there's this little Cajun restaurant. It's not a chain or anything, but you get, you get a plate of a big, like this is piled high, and you've got garlic bread on top of it, a huge plate of, whatever, red beans and rice, gumbo, whatever, a huge plate of this stuff for $7, and you could eat on it basically for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, that's good stuff. Yeah, you do the rice and stuff, and you tend to get a pretty good ratio with that. I really don't know why I didn't outline these paths with diorite before. That just looks so much better. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know why I didn't do that. That doesn't make any sense. So much, it's nicer. I don't know why I didn't do that. Now I'm gonna have to go around at all these little islands and change them because I like this so much. Food's done. That's where this whole conversation got started. Melly went to have breakfast slash dinner slash lunch. And we got these mushrooms donated by Risky. I think Risky donated them. Oh, look, they've slightly changed the models. You see that? They got little snouts now. That's a good change. Good job, Mojang. I approve. Oh no. Oh no. I've goofed. Oh no. Go. Alright, then we put that there. Chop these up. Got chop up the sod. Chop up the sod. Give me the sod. Alright, then we block all that up over here. Like that. Alright, that's good. That's pretty good. Oh, it is 2:44 in the UK. Like AM? Like in the morning? Oh no. Oh no. Get out of here. Get out of there. Oh no. Shoo. Shoo. Gotta get out of there. You're creating complications. Portobello. Yeah. Shoo. Shoo. Get out of there. Like, are we talking military time or like 2:44 in the afternoon? Like AM? AM or PM, Tiger Cat? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Melly's up in the wee hours of the morning. That seems that's not unheard of for her. Yeah, that is most definitely not unheard of. Yeah, midnight. Yeah. Okay, well it's just crackhead hours. That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Getting a little snacky, sneaking around the house, trying to stop the microwave from beeping so it doesn't wake everybody up. Crackhead hours. OMG, I like that border so much. It's so good. I love it. Wow. Yeah, yeah, I wake up at weird hours sometimes too.
Hey, hey, welcome back. Welcome back, Millie.
In my defense, now you gotta defend yourself. Okay, you yeah, all right. You only had McDonald's today. Okay, only one meal. All right, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, Millie. Sometimes I'm up scrinkling around the house at the wee hours of the morning, sneaking around, making sure making sure my pitter-pattering feet don't alert the guards or the watchers. The watchers are out there as we speak.
Gotta be careful. Gotta watch out. Shh. Gotta watch out. The Watchers. They're out there.
Yeah. Ellie's on the snake diet where she only eats one big meal a day. That's how my stepmom is. Oh, Board Hangout server has a new IP. Yeah, you gotta make sure everybody knows. Is it the same map or a new map? What's going on with it? Is it well? Was there drama? I hate drama. I despise it. Well, whenever it's my drama, I hate it. Then I watch other people's drama, and it seems a world away. I think we used to watch gladiators fight in the arenas for similar reasons. We watch other people's misfortune. Oh, no drama. Well, that's good. That's good. Different host. I get it.
I got you. I got you, bestie.
Yeah, sometimes you have hosting issues. You gotta pick the best one or the least bad one, or that's a whole deal. I've heard I've heard it can be a bit of a headache trying to find the right one for what you need.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. You don't gotta justify yourself. I got you. Enjoy your midnight meal. I do that quite a lot. I'll I get a little snacky or something to munch on, or if I have the option to, I'll just uh kind of hunch over in the corner of my room in the floor like a little hobgoblin, and I'll eat my ramen while I watch YouTube on my laptop. You know, yeah, a little gremlin meal. You're hunched over in the corner, like in a dark corner of your room. You've got like grease glistening off of your skin. Now, and I'm coming at this from a personal. This is a personal anecdote. Like grease glistening off of my skin, my hair matted, and I'm eating the ramen, and I'm like, I'm like all scrinkled up, and I'm watching my YouTube and like yeah, that's how it goes. And like there's like noodles all over the floor, but it's good. It's good.
My ramen, my ramen noodles.
I have this strange ideal in my mind, and I feel like if I start to live this, it is not going to be an ideal, but for some reason I just have like uh, this vision in my head of me just like eating rice and vegetables and beans every day and that, just having like healthy rice meals all the time and that'll just be all right and I'll just live off of that for most of the time. And I feel like I might get sick of that, but I don't know. For some reason, that's just like a strange, idyllic lifestyle that I have in my head, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but I have too much butter in my diet right now. Too much butter. Maybe that's where this ideal is coming from. The lack of moderation. The lack of moderation. Let's see. I don't I don't have the rings of heck display, but let's see. Let's see how many days I have until I'm free. Uh, days until um, let's see. All right, so as of today, as of today, the amount of the amount of time that we have until Glitchy is freed, at least for a moment, at least for a brief period of time, at least in Glitchy's head, he will be freer. Not really. We have uh 300, wait, 317 days until the Glinkster is freed. Until Glinkster is freed. 317 days. That's where we stand on the countdown. 317 days until I live my rice and vegetables lifestyle. That is also true, Tiger Cat. It is expensive to eat well, but you know, I feel like you can make some compromises that won't necessarily be that bad. Canned beans are quite cheap. They are. They're pretty cheap. Rice is cheap too. The vegetables might be a little more expensive, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna add other little doorways. And really, this was my intent from the beginning that I would add these doorways eventually, which is why I kind of lined up the columns to be on center so that I could come in and make these changes in the future. But now, now that I will be adding the new exhibit, now I will finally be beginning to realize that thing that I wanted to do. So that's nice. That's nice to see that we're starting to reach some of this area's full realization. So that's good. Let's see. I'm gonna put this dirt. Where am I gonna put the dirt? Where should I drop the dirt? Dirt, dirt, dirt. I don't know. Another thing with the prices of things. Oh God, I'm getting into the whole. Do I want to open the systemic? Oh, the land surrounding Alabamaville. Yeah, there's some strange things out there. Let's not get dragged too much into the whole systemic gripes thing because I know we can gripe quite a lot about that. We all have our gripes, but honestly, I don't think the price of groceries and all that would be as bad if like we weren't like grinding our fingers off and toes off for rent. Like that seems like the most unreasonable cost that we should be targeting right now. Like is that not unreasonable? The house is already built. It's just everybody falls back on, well, that's the market trend. That's how the market is. And that's literally their only justification. I've seen it personally. I've seen this happen firsthand, and I know for a fact that that's the only justification that they bring. I've seen it from a first-hand account. That was literally the only justification that was given for a rent raise. I've seen it personally. I'm not going to say where, but I have. That's just what everybody else is doing. That's literally the only justification. That was it. That was it. Keeping up with the oppression Joneses. Anyway, that's all. That's my systemic gripe before I get dragged back down that rabbit hole. Yeah, the cost of gas, the cost of groceries, who cares? Target the big one. I feel like this garden needs a little rework in general. Like all these other ones are nicer. It's just this one's kind of plain Jane. It's kind of plain Jane right now. I don't know. And then once I get all this done, maybe a mod will log on while I'm playing and I can ask them to just drop that little schematic in there and I'll say Moth said it was alright. The big man in charge said it was okay. So I'm kind of getting it set up for this. Gotta light this up a little bit so googlies don't pop up. Uh, yeah, it's not very googly proof down here. Oh well, it's always been that way, I guess. Yeah. First step is gonna grass all this back over. Got a nice manicured lawn. Hey, Melly. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, what's your funny idea? You had a really funny idea. I like funny ideas. You know, we do funnies every now and then on stream. Today's been a little bit of a serious stream, but we do funnies, especially when the watchers aren't around. I feel like I'm a different streamer depending on what time I stream. Like you get a different glitchy depending on the day, depending on the time, depending on the watcher presence. That is a funny idea, joining V8C. Well, you're welcome to. And if you do join V8C, uh, you're welcome to one of these apartment buildings, or well, they're not really apartment buildings, but you're welcome to one of these city buildings. Most of them are vacant. Most of them are empty and need inhabitants if you need like a base, a little base to start out. But that's on the table. And Plush Puffin can get you hooked up with some starter gear. He calls it starter gear, but it's literally diamond armor. And he was handing this out before Netherite, so I don't know. That's what he does. He doesn't have much use for the diamonds anyway. Yeah, well, there's differences depending on awake levels, and I don't know, I almost need like two different channels, like the YouTube channel for the insane morning glitchy, and then the YouTube channel for the slightly reserved because of watcher presence and slightly tired nighttime glitchy. I've considered even having two different tubers, like two different VTubers to represent, and maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just have like I'll change the VTuber out depending on how I feel, depending on the time of day. Yeah. Starter gear to me when I'm rich is like protection 4 diamond armor. Yeah, I guess. But you know, whenever you start on the server, you're not rich. You got nothing. You got nothing starting out. I think you get like some stone tools or something, but you know, some bread, some apples. I don't know. Starter steaks. Ooh, speaking of food, I need more golden carrots. I've been piddling around, burning up my food supply. That's all right. I'll get them. I'll get them restocked over here at the Alabamaville farms over here. Let me fly.
Meow, meow.
All right, let me go over here. All right, like that, and gonna pull my carrots up. Pull my carrots up out of the ground. Yeah, get a little starter base. Uh, we all we all start off sucking at builds, Melly. You should have seen my first Minecraft house. We still got our old iPad somewhere. If someone could figure out how to get into the brains of it, maybe I could figure out how to pull it up, but it only exists in memory at the moment. My old Minecraft Pocket Edition worlds. There's nothing wrong with the nomadic lifestyle in Minecraft. That's pretty cool. Getting to adventure around. Radiant Lily, you remember whenever I used to just like join these servers and then just walk? Like I just go off in a direction and I just keep going. And it was kind of fun because I feel like you could like it's almost like going on a hiking trip. You know, you're just kind of walking through the wilderness, talking to your friends. Yeah. Oh yeah. Melly says my old Nintendo DS exists somewhere. Yeah, probably in a box in an attic or in a basement. Yeah, I've got my old 3DS somewhere, but the wheel on it started to like it's like starting to crust off. Like it's starting to I don't know, like the rubber's gone crusty. It's starting to like fall apart. Good times though. I played a lot of Super Mario 3D Land. I liked that one. That one was cool. And I especially liked whenever like in 3D Land whenever you beat like the main game after you went to World 8, like there were like 8 more like I was expecting the game to be over at that point, but like whenever whenever you beat it, like there was like 8 more like mirror worlds. And I was like that blew my mind because it subverted my expectations. There are like 16 worlds total and I thought that was insane. Oh, what jungles are you talking about, Radiant Lily? I don't, was there a jungle, like a jungle world in 3D Land? I don't really remember any jungles. What's your first Minecraft device, Tiger Cat? You said your first Minecraft device is still in use. Do you got your old iPad somewhere? iPad. I was an iPad kid before the term iPad kid was coined. I was ahead of the game by 10 years. I was obsessed with Angry Birds. Oh yeah, the old Wii U. I had Minecraft on the Wii U too. I had it just about on everything. I don't know why I kept rebuying it. It was kind of wasteful, or I guess getting my parents to rebuy it. It's kind of wasteful in hindsight. I don't know why I kept asking for it. Yeah, you're one of the OGs, Melly. Minecraft Pocket Edition Lite. That was my first one. Pocket Edition Lite. That's right. I built a little city out of bricks. And for some reason, I guess because I didn't close the app out or something, it lasted for quite a while, that little map did. Oh yeah. Yeah, I hated going through the jungles on Minecraft, really. You're right. They're so hard to traverse. Oh, they're no fun to navigate. I don't like them. There's little spooklies hiding out in the shadows. Millie says, my first build on Minecraft ever was a... Wait a minute. Millie, that was my first build too. That's strange. Yeah, that was actually my first build as well, like that exact thing. And it took me forever. Well, it was me and my friend that we built it. Um, but yeah, huh. Except my friend kept insisting that they were called orb blocks for some reason. Yeah, red wool house on a mountain. That exact thing. Yeah. And then I went like then the brick city happened like after that. After I like went and downloaded it on my own iPad. It was me and my friend because my friend downloaded it first and like the world loaded up and I got to see everything and I said, "It's beautiful." That was the first words I ever said whenever I remember it specifically. But that was the first thing I ever said whenever I saw Minecraft. It's beautiful. Yeah. No, we were on creative though. We played on creative, so it didn't switch to night. Yeah, you had the infinite resources in survival, and that was neat. Yeah. And then the top of my red wool house, I made out of black wool, and that was like the roof shingles. Maybe that'll be where we have some differences. Yeah, I made the top of it out of black wool. Yeah. Oh, you see, whenever I played Minecraft Pocket Edition Lite, there weren't even mobs in creative mode. It was just like an empty world. It was just like an empty map. You couldn't even get hostile mobs in creative. Back in my day. Back in my day. What am I even doing on here? I'm just like piddling around. What was I doing? Have I run out of things to do, so now I'm just like defaulting? Now I'm just like emoting? I've like lost track of whatever I was trying to do. Let's see. I've lost the sauce. I'm aimless. I am now aimless. I guess I'm done. No, I'm making this garden better. I'm trying to make the garden better. That's what I was trying to do.
Back in my day, you couldn't sprint.
I couldn't sprint either. Things were slower back then. We didn't have these newfangled elytras. Sorry, no hunger bar. The steak healed your hearts directly. No hungies for me. Yeah, those were the days. I used to be scared to death of the mobs in survival mode. Like they freaked me out. That's why I always played in creative. I don't know why they freaked me out. And Herobrine. There was a lot of Herobrine, Fear O'Brien, fear mongering that went on. Like on my creative world, on Pocket Edition, me and my friend we used to take turns with the iPad. We used to pack it back or pass it back and forth. And I guess at one point she ended up building like a helipad for like helicopters. And I thought it was H for Hero Brian, and I thought Hero Brian built it. And then I wouldn't play my creative world for like a month because I thought it was haunted. And then she like tried to like build like Hero Brian totems and stuff, and I was not having it. I was not having it. Yeah, Radiant Lily gets it. Zombies are freaky, but the skeletons, I don't know, there was something about the skeletons that freaked me out. I think it was their ghostly white appearance or something. I don't know. It's just something rubbed me the wrong way with that, you know? Something wasn't quite right, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's probably for the best because like the Herobrine stuff scared me. Like that had me scared straight, Tyga Cat. I was terrified. At any moment he could show up, I thought. At any moment something weird started going on in my world, it was game over. He was there. Herobrine is real, and now my world is unusable. It's like tainted. I gotta start a new world because Herobrine showed up. And like one time, like one of my like sheeps like just randomly suffocated in a wall. Herobrine did it. It had to be him. It had to be him. Oh, Millie's younger brother was scared of the zombies, so she just bring him onto her world and summon zombies in front of him. Well, that's kind of cruel. Yeah, and they made a scary noise, like the sound of the doors breaking was scary too. I don't know, it's just loud and jarring, you know. That's scary stuff. It's scary. They're breaking into your house, a place where you should be safe, but you're not safe. Like that's scary. That's nuts. That's insane. That's insane, dude, bro. Girl boss, girl them insane, insane, nuts, off the wall, off of the ceiling, off of the floor, off the window, off the doors, doors off the hinges, out of my house, flying through the sky, doors off the hinges. It's gonna land on my head one day, whenever I least expect it. There's a door orbiting the Earth in space, and it's gonna plummet down, and it's gonna land on one of you that are watching this stream. It's an orbital strike door. It's off the hinges. It's in orbit. It's gonna fall down straight into your living room. So you just get ready for that. All right, that's all I gotta say about the orbital strike door. You gotta prepare your butts for it, okay? Because it's real. It's out there, and that's all I gotta say about that. It's out there. Orbital strike door. Sorry, door PvP is the new meta. Except this is in real life, Melly. This is door war. It's the war door. The war door. Who will win in the new PvP meta? Orbital strike doors or the crystal? Yeah. If I was good at PvP, I would PvP, but I'm very bad at PvP, which is why I build. We all gotta pick our niche somewhere. That's right, when the door lands, it creates the land of more door. They proliferate. They lay eggs so they may hatch. Hmm. Mrs. Doors lays eggs from which they hatch. The acacia, dark oak, warped crimson, mangrove, cherry, iron, and copper doors all spawn from Mrs. Doors' cloaca. Oh God, why did I say? Why? Oh no, why did I say that? Um, I don't know. I'm pretty big on the. I like a good. Um, um, I like a good. I copper doors are pretty cool because they change color. What do you mean no? What's wrong with copper doors? What's wrong with the copper doors? I didn't see anything wrong with them. Oh, oh, I see. This is an argument about spruce doors. I see. Oh, they all have they all have their own uses. Personally, I wish that they would add like a sawmill block so you could make doors in in any of the styles. Like you could make like a spruce wood door, but make it like the look of an oak door. I think that would be awesome. There's mods that let you do that, and I think it would be a great thing to add to the vanilla game. You know, just different door styles. It could be like banner patterns. You know, I mean they already have so many copper variants, so they can't use the argument of, well, it's going to gum up our inventories or whatever, because literally look at all this copper crap. It sets a precedent that lets us have more niche blocks, I guess. Yeah, or rename the stone cutter to the cutter. Yeah, I don't know. I think we could use like a sawmill block. I think that could be integrated in some way. Just call it the sawmill. Um, that and we need a kiln block that would act like the blast furnace or the smoker, but the kiln would be used for glass and clay and bricks and things like that. That would make sense. That would smelt those faster. No? No extra work blocks? Yeah. Yeah, they still haven't quite explained the fletching table yet. I think it would be cool if the fletching table lets you put your own, um, like it lets you like change the feathers on the arrows. That would be cool if it lets you like dye those to make your own custom arrows. That would be a great use for the fletching table. Like let you dye the feathers. Let's see. I keep piddling around like I'm trying to do something. What am I trying to achieve? I'm so locked out right now. I am very locked out right now. I want to do some kind of garden thing. Should I use... Let's see. I'll tell you what. They've added a whole bunch of new flowers and stuff. Maybe I can try and do something with the new plants. Maybe that'll be what I'll do. Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be fun. Being able to attach like little notes to arrows or yeah, something to do with spectral arrows. So there's all sorts of things they could do with the fletching table. Even like they could even take another page out of the Terraria book and like, like do different types of arrows. Like, like in Terraria you've got the Jester's arrow or the flaming arrows or maybe not flaming arrows because you've already got the enchantment for that, but what if you did like diamond tipped arrows or, that could do extra damage that actually create a better case for using the bow? Or they could home, like homing arrows. That would be awesome. Because they've already kind of got the coding for the homing. Because, like you've got the, what is it, the trident that'll follow you whenever you throw it. Just use whatever coding they used for that, and they can use that to home in on enemies. Yeah, there's all sorts of. You see, why doesn't Mojang hire us? Please, Mojang, please. I need hope. Please hire me. Mojang, please. Please, I'm getting desperate. Mojang, this year is my last stand. Things will become increasingly dire after this year, Mojang. Please consider me if something doesn't change soon. Yeah, diamond tipped arrows. They could do like armor piercing. You're right. Uh, Yeah, oh yeah, you could use the redstone to make the homey arrows, or you could use like the skulk, because like the skulk is kind of homey. It kind of homes in a little bit. And plus skulk needs some more uses, I think. Yeah, crossbow bolts. All sorts of great uses. Now, surely someone at Mojang has thought of these things, right? Surely this has crossed somebody's desk at some point. Like, you can't tell me you have all those people up there and they're not thinking of what to use the fletching table for. I just don't know why they haven't done it yet. Maybe they want to update combat. Maybe that's what they want to do. I mean, they're adding spears now. They added the mace. They're definitely doing little things for combat. I think the bow and arrow is due for some sprucing up. There's all sorts of great things you could do with that. No, let's not do the 16 stacks. No, I think they should get rid of the things that stack up to 16, like snowballs and eggs for some reason. That's stupid. I hate that. Just make everything stack to 64. Yeah, yeah, but they'll be used up with an infinity bow. Yeah, I think that'd be alright. Alright, I really... Good God, I keep locking out. I keep locking out. I'm trying to look for something. I'm trying to look for those little yellow floor flowers. I keep locking out. Quit locking out, Glitchy. Lock in. Lock in, Glitchy. Come on. Shoo. Get a hold of yourself. Come on, Glinkster. Come on, wake up. Wake up. Come on. It's only 10:30. Come on. Come on. Come on. You don't got to go into class until 2 o'clock tomorrow. Come on, Glitchy. Well, really 12. gonna go in there at 12 because I told people that classes start at 12. They really don't start at 12, but I feel like it'll look better on my part if I tell people that classes start at 12 instead of 2. Um, Plus, that gives me a couple of hours to work on some school things, so I'm really not wasting that time, so it's fine. For all intents and purposes, class does start at 12, and as long as I act like it, I'll be productive for the 2 hours before class actually begins, because I gotta fill out my time somehow, so it works. Yeah, I think items I think items should be stackable or not stackable. No more of the 16 crap. That's what I'm saying. No more of these 16s, because that's weird. Make eggs stackable completely, and I don't know, that just seems like a better way to do it. Yeah, potions, don't make those stackable, because yeah, that's, no, don't do that. I guess that's what bundles are for, isn't it? That's kind of the use of bundles. I keep forgetting bundles are in the game, but really those are very useful. Those are very useful for certain things. I don't know. I don't think pearls stacking to 64 would be that ridiculous. I don't know. They're kind of quirky with their stacking limits. You see, and Taiga Cat thinks their stacking limits of 64 are too low. Oh, you know what? Whenever it comes to stuff like this, it is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, things are how they are. And we just have to work around that. Working within limitations. Let's just, sometimes if we just accept these things and work within them, maybe that's the best way of dealing with these types of conundrums and annoyances. Well, they say they won't add updates that feel too much like mods, but how are you supposed to enforce that? I mean, the Happy Ghast feels like a mod, in my opinion. That's just like, you just say that. That's just something you say. That's like that's just, oh, an uh, an unquantifiable principle. Oh, look, a nether raisin. I love a good nether raisin. I'll take that. Is there any more around here? Oh, there's another one. Yeah. Hmm. Mm. Yeah, I'll take one of those. Yeah. I might have a few of these because it's a pain to move these happy ghasts around. Some nether raisins. Pop them in my mouth. Swish them around and rehydrate them. Is there any more around here? Uh, Melly says, okay, say we change the stack limit. What do you propose it should be? Well, if we weren't going with the whole 64 thing, like let's say nobody ever thought of 64, like that, do 100 or 1,000 or 999. I don't know. I don't know if it'd make much of a difference. Maybe chests would be smaller. I don't know. I mean, where does the balance come from? Like the game balance is a subjective thing. Like I have chests with cobblestone everywhere. You know, that's just what I mind. And having to build more chests just to put the cobblestone in them isn't necessarily a hindrance. Like, well, I mean, it's just kind of an annoyance. It's not really balancing anything. This little goober keeps logging on. The other day he was um, trying to get people to. He just tries to rile people up. Awesome Man 67 does. The other day he was trying to get people to X-ray or something. He's a little gooberly goon. That makes the second time he's done that today. I think the number is arbitrary. The number is very much arbitrary. Someone might come along and say, um, someone might come along and say like, well, I don't like the 100. I don't like the 100 stack limit. I don't know. I feel like something like this is like a nothing argument. Like it's just if they change it, will our lives really be that much better? Like, yeah, we'll be like, oh, yay, they changed it for like a moment, but then after that, we're not even going to perceive it. We're not even going to think about it. We're going to go about our day, but I guess that applies to everything, doesn't it? The Nether update was new once. I'm not even thinking about it now. Netherite was new once, and now it's just like, it's just a thing in my inventory. The I wouldn't be collecting these dried ghasts right now if they weren't new. Enchantments were new once. I do not think of that. It's just a thing. All of these things were new, and I'm not even. I, they're just in my inventory now. Like I just don't think of them. That just the feeling of newness. It only happens once, really, and then it's over. You can't get that back. It's just it's new, and then it's done. That's it. Sometimes I get stuck in like a beginning spiral. Like I love beginnings, but then it's just move. Then I just move on. Then I just move on. Eventually, I got sick of it, and then I just built the museum because I just felt the cumulative weight of all of the things that I started and never finished. I'm not sure if I'm much better off than if I was just chasing beginnings, though. It's just a different way of playing the game. I'm I'm just chasing. We're all chasing something. I think we're just restless beings. We're always pursuing something, but never, it's just anticipation. That's all we have is anticipation. It's never really fulfilled. If it could be fulfilled, it would have been hundreds of years ago. Anyway, I'm rambling. Meepy rambling. What are y'all griping about in chat? You still griping about stack limits. Stack limits. Well, what conclusions have we reached with stack limits?
Limit. Limit.
Maybe blocks should get a higher stack limit. If it has like a 3D model, should get a higher stack. That'd be pretty cool. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that blocks being 64 was just like an iconic Minecraft thing, I think they would have changed it a while ago. For some reason, it's been ingrained in the identity of this game. You know, I think there is even like um, one of the beta versions where you could stack past 64. I think them picking that number was just an arbitrary thing. Well, not completely arbitrary because there's like, 4, 16, like the whole squares, squares, number squares thing. But, you know, oh, that's interesting. So like 2D items stay 64 and then the 3D items go beyond 64. That's an interesting way of addressing it. Let's see. My original intent was to just get bone blocks so I could get the yellow flowers, but I'm so locked out right now that I just keep doing other things, bouncing around and yapping. Hmm. Yapping around.
Yapping around V8C.
Yeah, I don't know if tridents should be stackable. That seems a little too much. That seems a little too much. That seems a little no good.
That's no good. Sonic speed. Sonic's on speed.
New woods with litter.
Leaf litter, leaf litter.
Garbage. Garbage all over my forests.
I want some yellow flowers. Give me the flower.
They around here somewhere? I shouldn't be using Creecamp for something like this. Just fly around, Gleekster. See if you can find the yellow flowers. I'll use those in my new garden. I like the floor flowers. That was a good addition that I always wanted them to add. Yeah, cakes should be stackable. Cakes should be stackable. I mean, yeah, it's a decent food source, but you gotta place it down to eat it. You know, that's the whole deal. I think they should be stackable. I don't understand why they're not. That's like a weird thing. I don't get it. I don't get why the cakes don't work right. That doesn't make much sense to me personally. On a personable level, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it's not good for saturation. It's not good for mobility. At the very least, they could make it stackable. Otherwise, it's just like a novelty. It's a novelty for like celebrations and stuff. Like, do you really want to place a cake down every single time you want to eat it? You know, that's like, oh, whoa, look at these weird guys. Hello, I forgot you were added. This is strange. That's very strange. New animals. I forgot about that.
I'm on a mission.
Well, it's good that they finally cleared up the lag on 2B2T. I've never been on 2B2T. I've never wanted to deal with their, their wait lists and all that. Not to mention the sweats everywhere. Everywhere. I don't want to deal with all that. 2B2T can, you know, they can go defend for themselves. Oh, is it not? Oh, yeah, I'd say it's not good for streaming, Melly. You're right. You're right on that one. First time he tried to get people to. The first time he tried to get people to get x-rays or something. He's a little goober. Also, I think I got a spot for the uh, schematic you were talking about. Yeah, don't interact with him on a serious level. Eh, just don't mess with him. You're giving him what he wants. Don't give him what he wants. He's a little pest. Let him waste his energy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, Melly. I don't wanna buy a priority queue for 2B2T. And I don't want to deal with hacks. I don't want to mess with all of it. And God forbid I get 2B2 tiers on this stream because then they're going to get on V8 and start ruining things. You see, that's a slippery slope. How many wildflowers do I need? Well, really, I just need one wildflower. Really, because then I can just bone meal them. Then I can just bone meal the wildflowers. So really all I need is one. Just gotta get one to get it started.
Get one to get it started.
Yeah, if you want to play 2B2T, you're committing to it. You're right. 2B2T is a lifestyle. It's not a server, it's a lifestyle. Yeah, yeah. I just need one. Yeah, I just gotta get one. Gotta get my foot in the door. Just like how I just need one internship. Oh, thank you. I don't need all these. Oh, thank you though. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tiger Cat. Alright, well, I know I got more than enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now I have a nice new little garden. New garden. They also added shrubs. I don't know if I want to add any shrubs, but I think these will do nicely. Some of these. Oh, Tiger Cat's been on 2B2T before. That's pretty cool. Have you been on there while that Fit MC guy was on there? Oh, it's boring. Oh, it's as boring as you make it, I guess. You know, I'm sure you could view what I'm doing on Minecraft as boring. You just gotta kind of, you know, just what you make of it. We have a limit to fun and we have a limit to boredom. There's a limit to the human experience, unfortunately. I'm of that opinion anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't want to build on V8C or not 2B2T. Uh, it would just upset me. It would just upset me if someone were to come along and ruin things. Well, I say that. It probably wouldn't upset me, but it would discourage me from building on there. I'll say that much. If it did get like zapped out of existence, I'd be like, oh, okay. Oh,
Hi, Tiger Cat. Hi. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my dining room. Hi.
That's true, Melly. VAT will close one day. That's true. But there's kind of a line of succession planned for this server, so uh, I think there's some effort put into the longevity of it at least. You know, all things will end. All things will end. I'll die one day, but I guess that's no reason to. And that's why people do build on 2B2T. All things are ephemeral, but if you live like you're gonna die, that's just no way to live. People obsess over the beginnings and ends of things, but they don't realize that the middle point is where most of it says. That's true. I think you've mentioned this quote before. Nothing built can last forever. And that is very true. That's true, Melly. That's true. That's true. That's true. Of course, these things can always be saved onto hard drives individually, but should this server ever close down, which I'm not necessarily worried about it happening anytime soon. I hope me putting that out into the world didn't start anything, but um, even though this may be saved on a hard drive as a world file, there is a certain um, thing that happens whenever the living history of a server ends. At that point, it becomes stuck in time, stuck at a certain point, unable to progress past that. So, in that sense, while the builds may not be gone, it will be dead in a way, unless you choose to keep it, going in your own little personal bubble. Still, though, the acknowledgement of things one day going away should be no reason for people to act as if they will. There's no reason. You can acknowledge that it will, but don't ever let you keep it. Let it keep you from living. But you can acknowledge it. Give me the mud. Oh, hello. Ooh, shoo. Sheesh. Oh no, my audio's. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is my audio okay now? It's like cutting out. Oh yeah, there's a short. There's a short in my cord. Sorry about that. I probably need to get a new cord. Is that any better? Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Whoopsie daisy.
Just gotta watch. Just gotta watch where I finagle things. Finagled. Got a little bit finagled there. Yeah, I got a little bit of a short. Sorry about that. Stuff's crapping out. Stuff's crapping out on me. Yeah. Luckily, I got headphones that have a detachable aux cord, and I got that for a reason. I got that for the exact purpose of what's happening right now. So I can just detach the cord, get a new one, and that'll be that. Because I said, this is going to be the last pair of headphones I'll ever buy. And I'm trying to live by that. And since I can swap out the aux cord, I can still live that. Everything's replaceable. I can take the microphone off. I can put a new microphone on. I can take the earmuffs off. I can put new earmuffs on. Really, the only pieces that aren't replaceable are the speakers in the speakers in the headphones. Oh, well, if the audio did or didn't glitch, that doesn't change the fact that there is a short in my wire. There is. It's out there. Yeah, it could have been on my end. Sorry about the technical difficulties. What's this? Whoa, what's going on over here? Whose is this? Hello? Whose is this? Oh, this is Lex's. What's Lex doing over here? What is this? Lex explain. Lex has like a little. What is this? The Lex lair. What's going on down here? I've never seen this before. Hmm, that's strange. Some strangeness going on. Yeah, Iron Farm could be. Lex's oddities. Hmm, we're on Oddity Island over here. Yeah, that's what I came for. Some of these. Maybe I get some of these. I don't know. But I want the leaves. Come here, leafy, leafy, leafy. I'm gonna chop these up. Chop these up and put them in my garden. I like the treetops of the broccolis. The greenest part is the healthiest. I don't like the stems anyway. That should be enough. I'm gonna leave that like that. Oh, oh, Tiger Cat asks, where is Grimstone? I don't know if I have Grimstone. Um, no, Grimstone is Blue Dawn's base. So if Blue Dawn is ever online, he'd probably be able to tell you. I thought I had a warp to his base, but I guess not. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool if you get him to show you. So maybe you can ask him whenever he logs on. That has to do with Blue Dawn. Grimstone does. Yeah, it's kind of funny how, there's kind of like this, these different schematics and stuff that kind of circulate through the Minecraft community. That's kind of like Minecraft culture. Just you talking about that iron farm being used on, that you've used it. You probably picked it up from somewhere. It all comes around. Bring it around town. Let's see, maybe I put these on threes. Maybe, 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 maybe I do. Maybe that'll be alright. I don't quite like that spacing though. If I do it like this, it'll even it up. Oh, a friend of yours built that on the SMP. That's cool. It's pretty snazzy. It's pretty neat. Pretty awesome. Awesome sauce. Yeah. Yeah, our iron farms will do that. You can make a lot off of them. Off of the fear of the villagers. It's a fear factory.
Happy Halloween. Quack, 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 quack. Welcome to the Fear Factory.
Or maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll like, trying to think this through here. Huh. I kind of like just doing that little. It's kind of fun and colorful. Melly says, I had like 8 cured villagers that traded iron, so that was like 120 emeralds per trade cycle. And you could trade twice in a day. Good God, 240 emeralds a day. What do you even do with that after a certain point? That's neat. That's awesome. That's awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Maybe I will bring uh, these little sprucey. Maybe I will reincorporate them, just like bloop, like that. Yeah, there we go. I managed to spruce it up. I managed to. I don't really like that. I don't. Maybe we'll re-roll that one. We'll put that one back on the dice roller. I didn't like how that one grew. Oh, but I like the concept.
I can see the vision. I can see the vision.
Oh, he spent the emeralds with another for golden carrots. Okay, and he's and he fi- and he bought ender pearls, and he filled a shulker with emerald blocks. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of things you can buy. You can buy your way to the sky. Buy to the sky. No, don't, no, don't do trees. No, I don't like that kind of tree. Stop growing that kind of tree. It's bad. That's bad. I don't like how they touch the, don't touch the pink. Don't do that. Stop that. I didn't even know you could buy netherite armor from villagers. Did you buy it from the villagers? Oh, oh well. I don't think the trees care. I don't think the trees care, Melly. They don't care if they're grown or chopped down. So I'll do at my discretion with the trees. There we go. Now I'm gonna have like a little semicircle section of the garden over here. Maybe do like a little folly or something. I don't know. I feel like this little area needs some more follies. Those could be cool. Oh, and then you used your netherite wealth to make netherite and then applied the trims. Mm, trims. That's pretty cool. And then what did you do after that? Did you do anything after that? Could you do anything after that? What do you do after a certain point? That's the question. Maybe. Do I like that? Is that good? I think I'll just put the petals in here. I think that'll be good. Pretty petals, pretty petals. And yeah, I got a whole bunch of bone blocks, so I can just go crazy with this stuff. And then you use the netherite to tell the story of how you got your trims and armor. Yeah. Oh, you paid someone to bring you a silence trim. Oh, God. They raided 26 ancient cities. How much did you pay them, Ellie? Like, did you pay them real money? Like, how'd you manage that? For one silence trim. Well, all you need is... Wait, no. You need more than one, right? You can't duplicate a trim, can you? Or can you? Can you? Yeah, you can. You can duplicate them, right? Or is that something else? I don't remember. You paid them in diamond gear. Yeah, at that point, they're just doing it for the love of the game. You can duplicate trims with diamonds. I hope they duplicated it for themselves after all that effort. That's serious business.
That's serious.
Yes, yes, serious. We can make you delirious. You should have a healthy fear of us. We're not candy. Oh, they were a new member. Okay, I got you. I got you. You knew who you were talking to then. I see. I see. That's like that's like you see a kid on a playground, you get them to like bring you truffles or something for a $20 bill or a pack of gum. That's right, Melly just did business. It's the art of the deal, I guess. I guess that's what happened.
Business. Yes, business.
You only scam villagers because they deserve it. Scam or be scammed. Oh man. Gamble or be gambled upon. It's the scambler's paradise. Man, I thought I had more bone blocks than that. These petals really eat it up, don't they? I need to light this up too, now that I see the truth.
The truth. Reality. I have been enlightened by the lack of light here.
Hmm, let's see. I put one on the corner. Seems like a good spot. I'm gonna need more than that though. Millie says, as a capitalistic businesswoman, I believe villagers don't have rights. It's necessary for you to believe that, Millie. You go, girl boss.
You go, girl boss. You slay the day away.
It's kind of nice to do this little gardening thing. And I'm gonna do that like that. Like that. Do 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 do. Plop. Then maybe I'll put something in here. I don't know. This is a lot nicer than what I had before, I think. I like this better. Having a real I might move that. I don't know about that being right there. I might move that, but I'm digging this. I like this little setup that I have now. This is better. This is better. I'll figure out some more specifics later on, but this is a better space, this little corner here. Yeah. Well, it's not just the garden, but it's also the relationship that it has to this new opening. This new opening was just now added as well, because before it was just like these columns, but now it kind of has a sense of it's going somewhere. This is more of a place now. So I think this whole space. Oh, hello. Is that Tiger Cat? I think so. Yeah, hi, Tiger Cat. But I think just by these interventions, this whole space has been enhanced from what it once was. This is better, and it gives people a reason to come over here now, especially since in this little wedge we'll have an exhibit, and this is kind of the procession to the exhibit now. So it's made the garden space better, this little corner here, just by these little interventions that are being done, which I quite like. I'm glad. I'm glad that this has been done now, because this was the worst space. Now it's my. This is the worst island, but now it's my most favorite island. So that's good. I'm gonna add more over here. Maybe I'll add a little gazebo pavilion or something. That might be nice. A little stage area maybe. Uh, I'll figure out the lighting. I'll figure out a new lighting solution. And yeah, that's good. That's good. And over time, I'm gonna add more um, entrances. Like there's gonna be more of these. One, and I'll have some on the diagonals. Yeah, I'll figure out the lighting. I'll I'll, I'll figure it out tomorrow. To be honest, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. So that's about all I'm gonna get done for tonight. But appreciate I appreciate everybody joining in. Just in case just in case you can't hear. Yeah, but I'm gonna do it later. Alright. But anyway, also later, skater. Good God. Up at 4:30 a.m. Well, let's hope the angry mob doesn't get me in my sleep. We'll see if I wake up in prison tomorrow, in the village jail. Oh, at the very least, I'll have the thought of my plastic pumpkin to keep me company. Alright, well, thanks for popping in, everybody. I thought it was a good little stream. Kind of productive as I can be, being worn down by college and all of that. I thought I'd be able to stream more, and maybe if I put some effort in, maybe I will be able to. It's just I don't know. At first, I was getting things ironed out, and I don't know, I'm trying to avoid questioning by the watchers. That's another big factor. Like I said, that it's a whole thing. The watchers, they're out there. I gotta keep on my watch for the watchers. I gotta be on watcher watch. But anyway, I'm gonna peace out. Night night, everybody. Peace. Peace. Peace.